Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to continue to talk about Pretty Woman. That's right, Pretty Woman, that piece of shit, abysmal trash movie from 1990. And I was there for that when it first came out. I remember when that movie came out. All right, so this is my in-depth review of Pretty Woman here, part of my Chick-Flick destruction. Basically, what I do here is I give you a straight man's point of view. Okay, that's the point of view you never got. Okay, because you watch this shit with your girlfriends and your gay friends, so they didn't tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I got nothing to gain by lying to you. So I'm gonna tell the honest God truth of what a guy thinks about these fucking movies. All right, and I've got a lot of insight so far. As I've been reviewing Pretty Woman here, I'm starting to understand why women love this movie so much. Okay, but it is damn me. Come on, it's 32 years old. It's fucking dated. Okay, but I understand why women love this movie so much. You know, you had to have been there to really understand the way the world worked back then, before the internet, before September 11th, before all that shit. The world was a much different place. Okay, it was more personable. Okay, you didn't meet each other online; you met each other on person and shit. Back then, back in the day. Okay, so basically here, I do not censor myself. All right, so if you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out right now. I will not censor myself for you. I'm going to be honest. The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Because that's what I'm going to give you here, okay? Straight up, baby, and no lube. Ain't no lube here. So don't even look for it. You ain't going to find it. All right, so here we go. Okay, this is actually part 6 of my review. I'm gonna dissect the whole fucking movie, every single scene. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a straight man's point of view, what the fuck's really going on in this bullshit. All right, so where we are right now, where I left off last time, is well, obviously Vivian, that's Julia Roberts, the fucking street hooker with a heart of gold who doesn't do drugs, you know. And make sure all her clients wear condoms. She's got different colors for everybody. Oh my fucking god! Yeah, believable, right? We're in fucking. We're not. We're not just in lollipop land. We're in the fucking Twilight Zone here, okay? And of course, some fucking millionaire guy who does not know how to drive a 1991 Lotus Spirit. He just happens to have trouble with his vehicle in front of fucking Hollywood Boulevard where all the hookers are, and she takes him for a date. He pays her all night, and now he wants to procure her services as an employee for 6 days and 6 nights, and she agrees to it. Okay. So that's where I left off. He basically propositioned her while she was in her bubble bath, enjoying his bubble bath in his penthouse, luxurious 5-star hotel in Beverly Hills. What's it called again? The Regent Beverly Wilshire. That's the name of the hotel they're at. Okay, so that happens. He propositions her. He already paid her for the night. That was $300. But now he wants her for the rest of the week. Okay, so she's like listening to her headphones, listening to Prince, you know, that song Kiss, you know. She was singing it out loud earlier, okay, and she says, oh, well, 24 hours a day you want me? It's going to cost you. Like, this guy's worried about money, you know. I mean, Richard Gere's character, Ed Lewis, this guy's a fucking rich, straight, single, good-looking, smart, witty, reserved, heterosexual, has no kids. You know, I mean, this guy's fucking, he's fucking Prince Charming, okay, with a different fucking name. Get the fuck out of here, all right? Like, that's gonna fucking happen, okay? He's like, you know, it's gonna cost you 6 full nights and days, $4,000, $4,000. He's like, as a, whoa, wait a minute, 6 times 300 a night, a day is 1,800. And she's like, Viz's like, oh, well, you do want the days too, right? It's like, 2,000. She's like, 3,000. He's like, done. She's like, holy shit. And she goes into the bubble bath, okay? She dunks herself in the bubble bath because she realizes she just got played. Okay, this guy does. He negotiates deals. Okay, I used to work in sales. I used to do this myself. Okay, you negotiate deals, okay? You start off high and you go down to where you really want it. You know? Yeah, that's exactly. You know, like whenever you see one of those sales, 50% off this week only, all they did was they just double the price of it so that like when the sale comes, it goes back to the regular price. But anyway, so that's what he does. Okay, he cons her that way because I mean, let's face it, he's a businessman, and she's a hooker, but she's not that much of a business woman. Okay, so yeah, so he gets her to negotiate down. Okay, to $3,000, and she realized that, oh my god, he just fucking played me. And as like while she's underneath the bat, he's like, is that a yes, Vivian? Is that a yes? And she's like, yes. Okay. So now Eb goes over the arrangement. She's out of the bathtub now. She's got the towel around her head, that you girls love to wear. She's got the white robe on, the hotel robe on. And he tells her, hey, listen, I'm going to be gone a lot during the day in business meetings, okay? And we are going to be going out to business dinners, okay? So here, he gives her a lot of cash. And he tells her, hey, listen, I want you to go to the store. I want you to go shopping and buy some clothes, okay? Because we will be going out a lot this week, okay? And he says, I want you to go find something flashy, but not too sexy, And he's like, something, conservative. And she's like, you mean boring, don't you? He's like, no, I mean elegant. Okay? It's like, well, can I call you Eddie? And he's like walking out the door. He's like, can I call you Eddie? He's like, not if you want me to answer to you. Good. That's a good one, And she tells him, hey, you know what? I would have stayed for $2,000. He's like, you know what? I would have paid you $4,000. Okay, now I understand what's going on here. Okay, and I think I've gotten an insight on these fucking chick flicks. At least this one, okay, because this one kind of inspired a lot of the chick flicks that came after this. Okay, all right. Let's get something straight here, okay? I know what's going on here, okay? I get the sexual tension. They've already fucked. I get the romantic chemistry. I see what's going on here, okay? It's a big fucking problem. This movie was written by a gay guy, okay? I know he was gay because he also wrote Under Siege 1 and 2, okay? The guy that wrote this shit. Okay, look, ladies. And it's not your fault, ladies. I'm blaming you, okay? It's Hollywood. It's the screenwriters, okay? They fall upon a formula, and it works, and women spend their money to go see it, okay? The rom-com, okay? Now, in this case, I see what's going on here, okay? This guy, and I've seen it in stuff like Sex and the City. I've seen it there too, okay? And it's a big problem, and I'm going to get to it right now. I just want to call it out for what it is, all right? Look, ladies, I've said this before, okay? That there are, the things that men are attracted to women are not the same things that women are attracted to men, okay? This guy, they're playing the opposite here. Okay, so basically, Richard Gere is the 10. Okay, as far as like the way a guy would look at a girl, Richard Gere would be the male version of a 10. Okay, rich, good looking, smart, witty, hold a conversation, honest, loyal, doesn't do drugs, doesn't drink, that kind of thing. Okay, he's got everything. Okay, no kids, he's straight, all that kind of shit, right? Super wealthy, lots of influence. Okay. Very well respected by everybody. So he's a high social status. Okay, so basically this guy's a 10. Okay. Vivian, on the other hand, if we were to look at her the way the way women look at men, okay, she's good looking as far as that goes. But what she's winning him over, okay, the reason that Ed Lewis likes her so much is not because of her looks. It's because of her personality. Okay, she's sharp. She's witty. Yeah, she's not cultured at all. Okay, but she's sharp and she's witty and she feels very comfortable, very confident around men. Despite the fact that this guy's social status is much higher than hers. Okay, she's very confident around him. Okay, it would be the equivalent of an average-looking guy being confident around a Playboy centerfold. Just being able to talk to her like she's just an ordinary girl, make her laugh, be funny, maybe throw in a couple of sexual innuendos just to get her thinking in that direction, that kind of thing, It's that equivalent of that, okay? She's basically a Miss Personality, okay? So what this movie is doing here is reversing the roles, okay? Basically, what Vivian Ward is, she is explaining the traits that women find attractive in men, okay? She's not displaying the traits that men find attractive in women. Okay, so basically, Ed Lewis is falling for her. He's liking it. He hasn't fallen in love with her yet or anything like that. But he likes being around her. I mean, he would not have propositioned her, buy her services for a week if he didn't like her. He genuinely likes her. I think he was curious about her at first, but now he's like, okay, this girl is kind of cool. She talks to me in a way that other people don't talk to me. She's got spunk. She's got moxie, you know. I mean, she's nowhere near my level, but at least, I can hold a conversation with her. It's funny to talk to her because she's so fucking stupid as far as she doesn't understand the things that I understand, But she's got balls, so you can respect that. So basically, these are the qualities that women find attractive in men. These are not the qualities that men find attractive in women. So basically, what the gay writer is doing is he's writing Ed Lewis as the woman, and she's writing fucking Julia Roberts as the man. Okay? The guy that's trying to, the guy that's average looking, average income, average everything, but he falls in love with a beautiful girl, of course, so he's got to try to impress her, and at the end, he wins her over because his personality is just so fucking good, because she likes being around him so much that transforms into sexual attraction and then into love. Okay? This guy is so cool to be around that she starts developing feelings for him. You see? This is the average fucking, whenever they do those fucking movies where the average guy gets the fucking 10 at the end, that's the formula. Okay? Because if you look at real life, the guys that are average looking, okay, the ones that aren't super rich, that's how they do it, okay? It's their personality that wins over the girl. Yes, looks are important, but a woman will take a guy who can fucking entertain her and make her laugh all the fucking time over a pretty boy with the personality of a paper bag. Okay? You see what I mean? Okay, Julia Roberts is the personality. And he's the fucking 10. This isn't Lollipop Land, okay? This is the fucking Twilight Zone, right? This is not how it works. This is not how it works. Okay? The qualities that Vivian has are the qualities that women find attractive in a man. These are not the qualities that men find attractive in a woman. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Why? Because this movie was written for women. So he's going to fall in love with her the way a woman falls in love with a man. No. 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 That's not how it works. No. Okay, that's how it works for men. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen guys that are fucking not much to look at. Okay, but they can pull beautiful women because they've got the gift of gab. They can talk. They know how to flirt. They're confident around women. They know how to make jokes. They can do negs. That's where you politely tease a girl, just to make her shake her confidence a little bit, Like if I'm sitting at a table at a restaurant, and I'm talking to some girls, and this one girl is just fucking giving me the fuck you eyes and stuff, and she doesn't like the joke that I made, I could be something like, waiter, I need a sense of humor over here, table 4. Like that. That gets the other girls laughing. And now she feels like an idiot, okay? Now, was that rude? A little bit, but it just showed her that, okay, you don't like me. I'm just going to make a joke. I'm going to poke at you a little bit. And that makes her earn respect towards me. Now she respects me a little bit more. Like, oh, shit. Most guys, when I make fun of them, they just cower away. But this guy he stood up to me. You see what I mean? And that turns her on more. That makes her respect me more. You see what I mean? They're doing that on the opposite way here. Julia Roberts is the one doing that to him. I'm going to pull you down a little peg, because you see what I mean? That's so far, that's the formula for this movie. Okay? And that's why women like this so much, okay? Because he's falling in love with her the way a woman would fall in love with a guy. So in a sense, the women that are watching this movie are falling in love with Julia Roberts. You see what I mean? See how that works? Okay, there you go. I just blew open the whole fucking chick flick industry right there. At least this movie. All right, that's it right there. That's the formula. That's how they did it, and it's bullshit. It doesn't work. Not in real life. Ladies, try that shit in real life and see what happens. Okay, go to fucking. If any of you out there ever run into like fucking Adam Levine or Harry Styles, just try making fun of them and see if that turns them on. Okay, it won't. It won't. No. Okay, it's not gonna work. Okay, I know you're wrong. Julie Roberts is beautiful in this movie. She's beautiful, but I mean, there's better looking girls out there too. Okay, so like a guy like him, like why would I put up with this girl when there's a better looking girl out there that doesn't give me attitude? You see what I mean? Realistically, that's how a guy like that would think. Okay, all right. So anyway, yeah. So that's going on here. Okay, he gives her some money to buy some clothes, make sure she goes shopping. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, Viv tells him when he's about to walk out the door, she's still got her robe on, she got the towel around her head. She tells him, I'm going to treat you so well that you're never going to let me go. In other words, her Prince Charming, or as her meal ticket. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want to talk about relating to women, especially the ones in LA and New York? Fuck yeah, that's how you do it. Gold digger. All right, well, come on. A lot of you ladies out there, don't give me that bullshit. Come on, we're online right now. You can't see me. Oh, you can see me. I can't see you. All right. But deep down inside your heart, look inside your heart, and you know it's fucking true. Okay, you know that the guy you're with better make a lot more money than you. Okay. All right. In order for you to, in order for him to treat you the way you feel you deserve to be treated. Okay, let's face it. Come on, let's be honest here. Okay, I've seen women fucking they're almost beautiful women that almost always whenever you see a guy with an average looking guy with a drop dead gorgeous girl, it's the money. Now I'm not saying she's faithful to him. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. But that is the guy she's gonna marry. She's gonna take his last name. Okay, she's gonna he's gonna pay all her bills. He's gonna fucking provide a house for her, a place for her to live. He's going to provide for their children. He's going to do all that shit. Now, I'm not saying she's faithful to him, but that's who she's going to marry. That's who she's going to show on her fucking Instagram photos, on her Facebook, okay? That's what she's going to do, okay? Okay, that's who she's going to put on her profiles and stuff, on her social media is her husband, okay? Not the guy that's not making as much money as him, but is much better looking, much better in bed. Okay, not that guy. Okay, she's not going to marry that guy or advertise that guy. Only her girlfriends are going to know about that guy, right? All right. So it's a catch-22 here. Okay, so yes, absolutely. But whereas a man typically already assumes that he's going to have to provide for whatever girl he dates. Okay, so he already knows he's got to take on that responsibility. No money, no honey. Okay, a guy already knows that. He knows that going in. He's taught that since he's a little boy, all right? So, whereas women are not taught that. Women are not taught, hey, listen, I make my own money. When I get married, I'm going to support my husband too. No, they're not taught that, okay? They're not raised that way. Oh my God. So yeah, hypergamy at its best right here in this movie, okay? So that's going on. Just like I said, she tells him, hey, listen, I'm going to treat you so nice, you'll never let me go. And then he stops before he walks out the door. He turns around and he goes like, 6 days, 6 nights. And Vivian, I will let you go. And then he walks out the door. Yeah, I didn't believe that either, okay? Like I said, I don't know why he is falling for her in that way. I don't get it. I mean, yeah, she's attractive to him, but she's a street hooker. I don't get why he's falling for her that way, but I do know why he's doing it in this movie. Okay, it's because, like I said, they reverse the gender roles here. Okay, he's basically the 10, okay, and she's the average looking guy trying to win her over with her personality. Okay, so that's why. Okay, that's why. Okay, because they want to convince you women that you can do it too. No, you can't. You can't. Okay, you can't. All right. Sorry. I'm saying it's impossible, but it's just not. It's not likely. It's not likely. Okay. All right, but it is possible, you'll have to. All you street hookers out there are just gonna. You're gonna have to date like a fucking like a shitload of fucking multimillionaire, good-looking, rich, single, no kids, guys before you find the guy that falls in love with you. Okay, but it's possible. All right. Okay. So anyway, so he leaves after he told her, "Hey, I will let you go." And then she whispers herself, "But I'm here now." And then she runs around, runs around the room, and she jumps on the bed. She's like, "Ah, God!" Like she just won the. I mean, she won the lottery. She did. Her ship has come in. Okay, she won the fucking lottery here. Okay, and she screamed, "$3,000, $3,000, $3,000." So what the first thing she do is she calls her roommate Kit, Laura San Giacomo. Who's in the fucking shitty fucking hotel apartment that they're living in, that they're sharing together. The other prostitute, the one that mentors her and teaches her how to suck cock. Yeah, that one. Who's also a drug addict, by the way, who blew their rent money that they keep in the toilet. She blew it on drugs. So she calls her, because that's her good friend, and tells her, "Oh my God, you won't believe what happened. That guy that you told me to go up to, okay, the one in the Lotus, oh my God, he just gave me $300 for the night, and now he's gonna give me $3,000 for the rest of the week. Oh my God!" So now, of course, Kit, who's recovering from a drug-induced hangover, okay, she grabs the first thing next to her, and it's a fucking big fucking 7-Eleven Big Gulp. Are those things even still around? Because didn't they make that illegal, the Big Gulp? Because this is like the fucking KFC sized, bucket of fucking soda. And she's like, she's sipping on it. And of course, the room looks like shit. She's got Coca-Cola cans everywhere. She's got some shirtless hunk poster in her fucking bed. Oh my fucking God. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. And of course, you could tell she's a little bit jealous because in the beginning of the movie, Kip was the one who told Vivian to go approach that Lotus down the street that had just stopped in front of the sidewalk. "Hey, go get him." She told me if it had been her, then she would have gotten the $3,000, so she's a little jealous here, you could tell. Okay. Okay. So like I said, Vivian brags about what happened. Okay. Vivian tells Kip that she will leave some money, probably the $300 in cash. She will leave that in an envelope at the front desk of the hotel, and for Kip to come over to the hotel and get the money there. Okay, I'm gonna leave for you at the front desk because that's gonna pay their rent. Okay, because they're about to get evicted. Okay. Leave at the front desk, and Kip tells her, okay, that she asked Kip. I guess Vivian's new, because she's the new girl. We found that out in the beginning of the movie. She hasn't been prostituting very long, but she doesn't know LA very well. But she does ask Kip, like, "Where do you go to buy fancy clothes? Because this guy wants me to buy some nice outfits, and I don't know where to shop for that." And Kip tells her, "Oh, you gotta go to Rodeo Drive, of course," which I guess is world famous for a bunch of rich bitches out there. That's where you go shop, in Rodeo Drive. So that's where she decides to go to buy some nice clothes. Okay, now in the lobby downstairs, you got to remember all the clothes that Vivian has are her hooker clothes. Okay, the tight white top, the super short blue skirt, tight blue skirt that she's wearing, the pirate boots, stilettos that she's wearing, the black boots that go all the way up to her thighs. Yeah, she got those on, and she had a red jacket on, but she ties it around her waist now. Okay, and she's not wearing her wig, so she's got her big, long, fucking permed hair, okay, walking around, that big fucking Christmas tree on her head, walking around, and she drops off that envelope for the front desk, and she tells the front desk lady, "Don't open it." Now, the hotel manager, we saw him earlier in the movie when he first came into work that morning. His name's Barney. Okay, and he's there, Hector Elizondo, the Puerto Rican actor. He plays the hotel manager, Barney. And he's there, and he's talking to some guests, a woman on a wheelchair. And he notices Vivian walk by him, and he knows that this woman came out of one of his hotel rooms. Okay, he knows this woman's a fucking prostitute, but she's walking out the door right now, so he doesn't talk to her. Okay, but he just noticed her, and he keeps a mental note of this woman that just walked by him that came out of his hotel. Okay, so Vivian goes walking down the street. down Rodeo Drive. She's getting looks everywhere. Everyone's staring at her because of those fucking those boots that she's wearing. I mean, her outfit. And she looks like a fucking hooker walking around in the afternoon in a rich fucking neighborhood. So of course, men and women are all staring at her. Okay, and she looks like a fish out of water. She's like looking around, you know, like doesn't know where everything is, you know, that kind of thing. And like I said, everyone's looking at her. Okay. So she's there. There's this big music montage, some stupid ass fucking chick song. I don't give a fuck what it was. Okay, so she decides to go shopping in her hooker clothes. Okay, she goes to, there's Chanel, there's Gucci, there's all sorts of stores there. You know, Sex and the City bullshit. You know, you women fucking love. All right, and she goes into this one store. Okay, and she sees this dress, you know, and of course the women that work at the store, the manager and the sales lady, they see fucking tramp all over her. Like they don't want her AIDS infecting their store. Okay, so you can tell they don't want to service her, they don't want to help her, anything. Get the fuck out. They just want to kick her out as politely as they can. But because she's a street hooker, I guess they feel that she deserves no respect. Okay, which hey, this is elitism. Okay, they're in fucking Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive. Okay, it's all about like fucking, you know, I mean, there's multi-million-dollar mansions all up and down the street there in that area. Okay, so of course they see a fucking street hooker walk in, they're not gonna give her any respect. Of course not. They're gonna think she's in there to fucking, you know, solicit customers or some shit, you know, or to sell drugs. So of course they treat her like shit when she asks about this dress that's there. Oh God, this is nice. How much is this? They're like, it's very expensive. Was it? Well, I didn't ask you if it was. I just asked you how much it was. And he goes, how much is it? And the other lady goes like, it's really expensive. And she's like, yes, it's really expensive. Okay, so she can tell they don't want to serve her. Okay, they treat her like trash. You know, she's not welcome there. Okay, and they're very rude to her. You know, which is kind of sad. Is because you know she understands. Okay, she already knew this at night that she is like on the outskirts of society because of her profession, the way she dresses, the way she talks. Okay, the way she conducts herself and her profession. Let's face it. Okay, so she already knows she's on the marginalized in society, but to go into like a ritzy neighborhood, a very classy place that she's not a part of, you know, to be ostracized by these group of people, these group of women, you know, it's heartbreaking. It's a reminder of where she is on the social hierarchy. She's way at the bottom. Okay, she's way at the bottom. Okay, and for her to be confronted like that in broad daylight. You know, it's not just, they're not just criticizing what she looks like, you know, what they can assume about her just by looking at her. She's taking it personal too. They're criticizing who I am. Not what I do, not how I dress, but they're criticizing who I am. You know, I'm beneath them. Not just my profession is beneath them, a hooker. Not just my clothes are beneath them, they're cheap. Okay, but I am beneath them. I am not worthy. I'm not a worthy enough human being to even stand in front of them. You see what I mean? So they're condemning her on all sorts of levels, all the way down to who she is. Okay, and you can tell because Julia Roberts is a good actor. I'll give her that. She's a good actress. You know, she conveys that. She realizes that. Oh my God, you know, I don't belong here. Not only do these women not want me here, okay, I'm afraid that I don't belong here, and now that fear has been confirmed. I don't belong here. You know, I'm not worthy enough to stand in front of these women. You know, and she tells them, I've got money to spend here, and they don't give a shit. They basically tell her, get out. We got nothing for you here. So they kick her out of there, and she's upset by it. You can tell she's walking down, she's pouting down the street. Okay, there's a slight difference now. She was wearing her red jacket around her waist, you know, because it's hot outside, it's LA, you know, but now she puts her jacket on. So now she's trying to cover herself. She's ashamed. She's ashamed of herself. She's ashamed of what she is because these women had to point that out to her. You know, that she's low class, you know, so she's ashamed of herself. And I think that's a good way to make this scene go because it's showing you without telling you. Okay, you can see that she's covering herself up now. You know, she's ashamed of what she looks like. She's ashamed of the image that she presents. Okay, and it's more than just what she looks like. It's her. She's ashamed of herself. You know, and it's not just because she walked into a store that she couldn't afford. It's because of what she's done with her life. You know, so there's many levels you can interpret this scene. Okay, so she's walking down the street covering herself. Okay, people are still staring at her because I mean, come on, she got her thighs are exposed. Her skirt goes up to her pussy. Her thighs are exposed, and her boots go all the way up to the middle of her fucking thigh. So she's got the fucking hooker boots on. Okay, so yeah, of course people are gonna look. All right, and she walks back into the hotel. Now this time Barney's there. and he sees her walking in, and this time he's like, okay, no, I'm going to stop this girl. So Barney confronts her, okay, and asks her, excuse me, miss. He's very polite about it. I mean, he's a hotel manager, so he's very polite. He's like, hello, miss. How can I help you here? Oh, I'm staying here. Oh, really? You're staying with a friend. Oh, what's your friend's name? And she's like, his name is Ed. Ed, really? Okay, what's his last? Ed. She doesn't remember his last name. I don't think he even told her. We know his last name, but I don't think he even told her. But luckily, the elevator operator that was really horny the other night when she came in, the one that was like eyeballing her the whole time she was in the elevator. Okay, well he remembers her, of course. And Barney asked him, Dennis, do you remember which room this woman was staying at? Who her guest was? He's like, oh yeah, that's Mr. Lewis, sir. I took her to Mr. Lewis's room. He's like, okay, thank you very much. He's like, miss, can you please come with me? Well, she goes in the elevator. He goes in the elevator, grabs her out of there, and drags her back to his office. He knows what the fuck's going on here. All right. So yeah, he drags her back to his office, okay? And he's polite about it. He pours her a glass of water, and he asks her name, and she wants to. He's like, don't play with me, young lady. She's like, it's Vivian. My name is Vivian. And he says, okay, well, thank you, Miss Vivian. I need you to understand something. Things that go on in other hotels do not happen here at the Regent Beverly Wilshire. Mr. Lewis is a very special customer. So we treat him as a friend. Now, because he's a friend, he should have signed you into our log and listed you as a guest, as one of his guests. He failed to do that, but because he is a friend of ours, of the hotel's, we will overlook it. I'm assuming that you are she's like, relative? She's like, yes? He's like, I thought so. You must be his... She's like, niece? Ah, of course. Naturally. So that would, I would concur that when Mr. Lewis leaves, I will never see you in this hotel property again. Unless, of course, you have other uncles in our rooms. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. I thought not. Okay. Now, I would encourage you to dress a little more appropriately. She's like, that's what I was trying to do. I went to Rodeo Drive, and the women there wouldn't help me. Nobody would help me. Look at me. I got all this cash. Here, and nobody would help me. They kicked me out of the store. She's like, and he hands her this handkerchief. He's like, he gives that to her. She's like, he's like, she starts crying in front of him, So he gives her a handkerchief, okay? And he walks over to the phone and picks it up and starts dialing. He's like, oh, great. Call the cops. That's right. Just call the cops. Go ahead. I'll talk to him. He's like, Bridget, hello. Can you give me women's clothing, please? Yes, thank you. This is Barney over here at the Wilshire. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. One of our very special friends, Mr. Lewis, has a very special friend who would like to purchase some clothes. And I would very much appreciate it if you would help her this afternoon. Thank you so much. Click. So we helped her out. So this guy's got a heart. He's got a heart, okay? And that was very kind of him to do, okay? That was very, very kind. All right. So that concludes part 6 of my review here for Pretty Woman 1990. Thank you for watching as long as you have, and I'll be back very soon to continue my review on Pretty Woman. So thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one.